Okay, so type 1, just again, has a 1 in the front. And that is before or after, oops, before or after GCF. Now, if you can't take out a GCF to make that 1, you're going to get a type 2, and that's where you're going to have an A in front. And we're going to do that very differently than when you don't have an A in front. So on a study sheet, I can picture it, right? You've got your type 1, how to do it, type 2, how to do it, how they're similar, how they're different. When you start to really, that's how you will do very well in math, when you know the differences, when you know the similarities, right? And unless you make a study sheet, you will not do that, okay? Now, we're going to get kind of right to it, and I want to actually look at what this thing would even look like. So I want you to go a couple pages. And let's just do the first one here. We'll do this one up here. Now, can anybody tell me, by looking at it, okay, and let's get hands up, let's not yell it out, what that polynomial is, okay? What is that polynomial? Regan? Okay, what are these things right here? Those are x squareds. Okay, so you're close. So it was 2 squared. Okay, do you see that it has an A value, not 1? And can you take the GCF of 2 out? No, so we are definitely talking about a type 2. Now, let's do our grid. Let's do the length and width. So the length, what's the length of this? X plus 2, and what's the width? 2x plus 1. Okay? So if I was to do my grid, remember how we do that? X plus 2, and 2x plus 1, and then we kind of do this. Now let's multiply. X times 2x is 2x squared. 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times 1 is 2. Or sorry, x times 1 is 1x, and 2 times 1 is 2. And remember, we always add these two together. So that's 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. And the factors would be the length and width. So x plus 2 times 2x plus 1. Okay, so that's visually what's going on here. Now, I'm going to teach you how to be able to do these because they're very different than type 1. So you have to identify it first. You identify it by going, if I take out the GCF, oh yeah, it is 1a squared or 1x squared or whatever. I'm going to type 1. I can't even take out a GCF, or if I do take out a GCF and I still have a value in front of the x squared, that's not 1. I need to do the type 2 way. So that's kind of the first, obviously, thing to be able to start these. So we're going to go all the way to this page right here. Actually, let's go back a page. We'll do this, okay? So on page 39. Yep. Time flies, we're having fun. Okay. So I want you to watch me do this. See if you can come up with the steps. So I'm going to do example 1. I'm just going to explain my steps. I'm not going to explain. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. And then you're going to be able to, and then I'm going to ask how to do example, the one after this. Okay, so watch what I'm doing. Okay, so it's important you're looking up here. You're not tapping anything. You're looking up here. Okay? You don't have to write anything down right now. I want you to watch and see if you can figure out how to do a type 2. With me? 39? Okay, so I'm doing what plus what equals negative 10, and what times what equals 24. I know, oh, it's positive 24. I know that there is 2 negatives. I'm going to pick negative 6 and negative 4. Negative 6, negative 4. Then this is 3x squared minus 6x minus 4x plus 8. I'm going to put a set of brackets around the first two and the second two. Out of the first two, I'm going to take out a 3x. That leaves me with x minus 2. In the second one, I'm going to take out a negative 4, which leaves me with x minus 2. If I see this in both of them, I've done it right. I'm going to take out the common factor of x minus 2, and I will leave behind 3x minus 4. Okay? Okay. So, could someone tell me now what is different here? Yes?
You multiplied the first number by the last number.
So it's this times this equals this. So that's called A and C, by the way, because it's A, B, C. So for this one, you multiply A and C together. No. See, these are just things you're going to know. Okay? Yes. Because that is the way to be able to include the 3. Things are different now. If I just did it with the 8, then the 3 doesn't even get included in this equation. Well, remember your sides, right? There is a x minus 2 and then 3 x's minus 4. Okay? Now, after I did that, did I just go x minus 6, x minus 4, and I'm done? No, so that's the other difference. So what do you notice what really happened? All I did was split negative 10x up. But very strategically, it had to match those numbers. Okay? So the next thing we do is rewrite polynomial with new b values. Okay, because b was negative 10, now b is negative 6 minus 4. And I know you're thinking, well, negative 6 minus 4 is 10. But it's a means to an end. The end will be, I can put these into 2 groups. So you rewrite polynomial with the new b values, and then you group with brackets. And then it's 100% review from there, because we have done this. Now, if you see x minus 2 and x minus 2, you will factor out common factor. So, type 1, are you going to mix it up with type 2? If you do not have a good study sheet, you will. Okay, now let's do a few more. We're going to do like 4 together, and you will see the redundancy. I need you to see the redundancy, okay? You will not master this unless I can make it redundant. If it seems like a new one every time, oh, you want all that? Now you're making Matthew feel guilty because he's not writing anything. Yep.
You said don't write.
No, well, that was before. Yeah.
When you're multiplying, okay, let's just take it. If you're multiplying 8 by 5.
Negative 5.
And from 18, what if the 2 numbers don't?
Guess what? If it's factorable, it always works. Always. Yes. I took out a 3x. Out of this set right here, 3x squared minus 6x, I took out a 3x. Remember we did these last time? We've done a whole day of these, right? So it's like someone in the last class goes, I never knew why we had to do that. Now it's all making sense. And I was getting you ready for taking out those groups. Okay, because that's all we're going to do today. So, okay, well, let's do a few, and I bet you'll start to get it. Okay? Now, so I'm going to go what plus what equals. Let's do these together. And then after this one, I'm going to pick people to help me. Positive 18. And what times what is? Negative 40. The signs. Positive and negative. To me, that makes a difference. I'm picky. The positive wins. Positive 18. No, the negative one doesn't win in the bottom. When it's called multiplication, I mean the positive times the negative, right? The cowboy story only works for addition and subtraction, right? Or combining. So positive 20, negative 2. Now remember, it's not a plus 20, a minus 2 anymore. Because it is a type 2, we need to just split up the 18. So this will be 8a squared plus 20a minus 2a plus 18. Do you see that I haven't even changed the question? If you were to combine like terms there, I'd have positive 18a. Now, you may sit there and go, why don't I just split up the 18 anyway? Because it won't work anyway. If you went positive 2 times positive 9, it doesn't work. Yep. Oops. I have no idea. Sometimes I get thinking about the next thing and forget what I'm doing at the time. Okay, so that was a very good question. Okay, do you see how after step 2, I have the same equation? Identical equation, right? These are identical equations right here. All I've done is split up the positive 18.
Do you do the 40 to find out what the 18?
Yes. You do the 40 to find out what the 18 would be, and then it goes back to normal after that. So you only use it to find it. Then it goes back to normal. Now, students ask often, what if I put negative 2a plus 20a minus 5? You'll get the same answer. You can't do this wrong. Putting that back in, as long as you verify that positive 20 minus 2a is 18a, you're good. Then you put your brackets. And then we've done these lots. I made you practice them. So when you got here, it's not another burden. What is something I can take out of the first one? 4a. Take out as much as you can. That would be a 2a. Very good, yeah. 2a plus 5. Now what's our goal for the second one? That's what's ever left in brackets looks like that set, right? So yes, so that's why you want to do it. I know some students go, well, should I take out the positive, take out the negative? Well, you couldn't go on to the next step if you took out a positive. Do you see how you have to take out a negative 1 for this to be 2a plus 5? And you know you've done it right at this stage. The next step we've done before, right? We're taking out the common factor of 2a plus 5 and 4a minus 1. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, you with me here? Haley? Okay, so how do we always start these? Now I'm going to start getting people, I don't need the math out of you, I need the steps. Okay, so This is how I need you to think about someone that's never seen this before. How would you explain what to do in step 1? Matthew.
You gotta multiply A by C.
Okay, but you're getting ahead of things, right? What should I always do right now? Yeah, so what plus what equals?
Plus 19.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of my equal signs. Yeah, and?
9 times blank. Oh, there's
Okay. Now, let's do this as a class. What would the signs be? Two positives. And just dealing with the 60, multiply some things together that if you added them, they add to 15 and 4. Okay, Michaela, what do I do next? Because this has to equal this, correct? Now what do we do, Andrea? Oh, yes, Andrea. Okay, so as a class, what can we take out of the first two? 3x leaving me with 2x plus 5. Out of the next one, positive 2, and that would be 2x plus 5. Now what can I do? No,
2x plus 5.
that's not combining. That's taking out a GCF, right? Taking out a common factor. 2x plus 5 and 3x plus 2. Yes. It's not adding brackets as in now I'm going to multiply the two together. It's I'm grouping them. Okay? So I'm not actually doing, it's like a grouping bracket, not a multiplication bracket. Okay, good question. Okay, next one. What do I do? Who knows?
Something plus negative 7.
This is wrong.
It's 2 negatives. Can you take some?
You always have to take out a GCF first. I can't believe you guys would do that. Just when you think you know someone. But you know what's going to happen? No, that's what they do with you. Type 2, type 2, type 2. They throw a type 1 in there with a number in the front. You get it wrong. Type 2, and then people are going, why am I getting this wrong? This is math. This is life, right? It's not always about, here you go, I'll hand you all your... It is. It's a very cruel course. Huh? Okay, so what can I take out?
2.
So that would leave me with 5y squared minus 11y plus 2. Now that 2 doesn't go away. It's got to stay there the whole time. But you will find that these are very difficult to do. Like even if I threw a type 1 in here. Now this is a type 2 with a GCF. But if you had a GCF that made it a type 1, can you switch gears fast enough to go to gear 1, to go to type 1? Okay? So now I'm looking for what two things add to give me negative 11 and multiply to give me 10. Now I'm doing what signs? Two negatives. Negative 10 and negative 1. So we've got to deal with that too, and maybe you want to put square bracket there, I don't know. So that's 5y squared minus 10y. 5 times 2, you guys. Minus 10y minus 1y plus 2. Then we put brackets. Okay, so there's 2, that's square bracket. Now let's just deal with the 5y squared minus 10y. What can I take out? Better than that. 5y, leave me with y minus 2. I'll be right with you. And then, second set, negative 1, leave me with y minus 2. Okay, so that would be 2, big bracket, y minus 2 times 5y minus 1. What's your question?
You put down numbers. Okay. The last thing that you wrote in blue, you and then inside square bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Just put numbers down in the order that you're in those.
Yep. See these two here? Yeah. If you switch the negative 1y and the negative 10y, they still work.
The brackets.
Around the first two. Okay? He's sort of getting, right? They're redundant. So,
He's trying to get a video and says not safe.
you got to go to Explorer. Google's doing some weird things right now. Okay, let's do another one, you guys. We can keep going. What's wrong? Yep. One at a time. No one else is talking right now.
You have like negative y and take out the negative 1. Why is the y still, why is the y positive?
Okay, but if you had a negative 1y, and I took out a negative 1, that would be 1y inside. Yeah, because what is 2 divided by negative 1? Negative 2. So that way these look the same. That's your goal. Okay. Yep.
Why are we doing all these extra steps if it's type 1?
It's not a type 1.
But you
No, we took out that 2, it still made it a type 2. No. Okay, guys, this isn't good. This isn't good for learning right now. So one at a time.
So if it doesn't take out all of the numbers, then it's still type 2?
Right. So this had a GCF leaving a type 2. On the quiz, had a GCF leaving a type 1. Right? So this is why this would be a higher level, because it's got a GCF and leaves a type 2 inside. It's not a type 3. It's a GCF leaving a type 2. Just like yesterday when we had a GCF that left a type 1, we didn't call it type 2. Okay, so this we're doing what plus what equals? Positive 5, and what times what is? Negative 24. The signs would be? Positive and a negative. No, positive 8 and negative 3. Okay, get the, well, yeah, if you mix them up though. So this is, now I'm going to go 6x squared plus 8x minus 3x minus 4. The greatest thing about these is the same thing every time. Find your two numbers. Put those two numbers in the middle. Then you put your grouping brackets. Out of the first set, we can take a, now divide them. 3x squared divided by 2x, or sorry, 6x squared divided by 2x is 3x plus 4. Then I take out a negative 1, leaving me with 3x plus 4. Okay, now I can take out the 3x plus 4, and that would leave me with 2x minus 1. Now, we haven't done one yet. Can we just FOIL our answer, see if we get back to our question? This would be what if I multiply these two together? 6x squared, and this would be negative 3x, and then this one, plus 8x, and this one, negative 4. Now, do you see where this comes from? And then this becomes 6x squared plus 5x minus 4. So from the center out, it's 100% like a mirror image all the way up. Okay? You'll get lots of time to practice. This is actually, what this is doing is getting you to think on two different levels at one time, right? And gathering all these, it's pure logic. So you use logic very, like if you were ever a lawyer, you need to think like this. If you were, ever a doctor, you need to think like this. Like in a like, you know why they call it practicing medicine? Because they're always learning every day. Every day somebody comes in and they're sick and they don't know why, and they got to figure it out. And that's this type of thinking. That's how you develop it here, right? So it's extremely logical. Like, I was listening to this doctor on TED, and this woman was suffering from migraines. They had put her on everything, right? Still wasn't working. And so this one doctor, he always sits down and he talks to his patients, asks them, like, what's their home like? Is it clean? Is it, And this lady, well, we do have some cockroaches, right? A lot of people are allergic to cockroaches, right? So then, do you see where now we're thinking differently? So instead of giving her medication after medication after medication, maybe we should clean up the house, right? Let's start there, okay? Let's get her on anti-allergens, or on allergens instead of headache medicine, right? And it's just, that type of thinking is actually lacking in the world now. That's the problem. We just go right for that quick fix, that medication, that whatever, the Band-Aid, but we're not ever looking for what did it. And that's all this type of thinking. And you could see some people are just amazing at this type of thinking, right? And that's why they're good at the jobs they do. And you can develop this very, very well. It's just like the more I read, the better my vocabulary gets when I speak. And if I don't read for a long time, I'm finding that I'm like, I can't find the word, right? So, if I read Shakespeare, have I ever used Shakespeare in my entire life? No. But has it developed my mind and helped me think differently? Yeah. But I've never used the book itself, right? So school's very much like that, unfortunately. It's not all, and that's why the trade schools are great, right? You're going to be a mechanic, here's the wrenches, this is what you need to know, right? If you go to university, it's totally opposite. It's all theory, developing your mind. Now, what if we have a box like this, and this is the volume? This is the volume right here. It's 8x cubed plus 6x minus 2x. And it wants the length, the width, and the height. Okay, now, you can take out x, you can do better than that. So you got 2x times 4x squared minus 1. Now, we've already got like our length. That's one of the dimensions, right? Because a box is volume equals length times width times height. What three things are multiplied here? Now let's find the width and the height. So we're going to take the polynomial that's in brackets, and we are going to try and factor it. So we're going to, yes, so that's already out. Okay? It doesn't matter, it's one of the three. Like if you turn a box, now the length becomes the width, becomes the height. Let's just say it's the length. How do you know? Because there's got to be three things, right? It's kind of like if I said the volume is 8, it could be 2 times 2 times 2, right? That's the length, the width, the height. It's 2, it's 2, it's 2. No, the 2x's, we're not throwing it away, but it's factored out. So we're just doing inside the brackets at this point. So what do things add to b? What? No, let me get there. And multiply to b -4. So what are my signs? Positive and a negative. So +4, -1. Okay, what's your question? What's the question? Okay. So now it's 2x times, and if you want, you can use a square bracket. Like I'm done. 2x is out. That would be 4x squared plus 4x minus 1x minus 1. And I always do this check, guys. Make sure that this works out. Is 3x the same thing as 4x minus 1x? Or else you've changed the equation. Nope. Never matters. You'll get the same answer. Then we put our brackets. So you got 2x. Here we got our big bracket. Anything I can take out of 4x squared plus 4x? 4x leaving me with x plus 1. I can take out a -1, leaving me with x plus 1. So I've got my 2x on the outside, and then I would have, what can I factor out now? Take out x plus 1 times 4x minus 1. So if this is the length, this would be the width, and this would be the height. Yep. This is an application. Okay? Now it said if the x actually equals 2, what would the length be? No, what would it be? What's the length? Come on, you guys. So the length would be 2 times 2, which is 4. How about the width? 2 plus 1 is 3. How about the height? 4 times 2 minus 1? 7. Okay. You can start working. Four times 2. So idea